And we're back. House approves police reform bill named after George Floyd. House lawmakers on Wednesday passed the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, a reform bill that would ban chokeholds and alter so-called qualified immunity for law enforcement, which would make it easier to pursue claims of police misconduct. The 220 to 212 vote, mostly along party lines, came in 9 months after Floyd, a 46-year-old black man, was killed by Minneapolis police officers last spring. The wide-ranging legislation would also ban no-knock warrants in certain cases, mandate data collection on police encounters, racial and religious profiling, and redirect funding to community-based policing programs. Never again should an unarmed individual be murdered or brutalized by someone who is supposed to serve and protect them, said Representative Karen Bass, Democrat of California, in a statement. Never again should the world be subject to witnessing what we saw happen to George Floyd in the streets of Minnesota. In debate on the House floor Wednesday evening before the vote, Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota said Minneapolis is still traumatized by Floyd's death. Time and time again, we have witnessed the people who are sworn to protect our communities abuse their power, she said. Last year, the House passed a similar version of the bill, but it failed in a Republican-controlled Senate. This time around, Senate Democrats would have to sway at least 10 Republican members for the bill to pass. Republicans say the legislation goes too far and will prevent police from doing their job effectively. Republican Representative Carlos Gimenez of Florida said on the House floor Wednesday that the bill would weaken and possibly destroy our community's police forces. Here's a question. Was your police forces doing anything for the community in the first place? Earlier this week, the Biden administration released a statement urging the House to vote in favor of the proposal. To make our communities safe, we must begin by rebuilding trust between law enforcement and the people they are entrusted to serve and protect, the statement said. We cannot rebuild that trust if we do not hold police officers accountable for abuses of power and tackle systematic misconduct and systematic racism in police departments. On Monday, President Biden also pushed for its passage on Twitter. Following Senate consideration, I hope to be able to sign into law a landmark police reform bill. The trial of Derek Chauvin, the former police officer charged with the killing of Floyd, is scheduled to begin in Minneapolis on March 8th. Chauvin, who was filmed kneeling on Floyd's neck for several minutes, faces second-degree murder and manslaughter charges. Heavy security measures, including barricades and fencing around the courthouse, have been put in place ahead of the trial, and thousands of police officers and National Guard personnel are set to be present in Minneapolis next week. The other officers involved in Floyd's killing will be tried at a separate hearing in August. Well, to me, this is a long time coming. All right. This is a long time coming. And you're going to have, Republicans who are going to complain, in white racist Republicans and their bootlicking black counterparts are going to say that it goes too far and will not make police officers effective. No, it will put police officers to be accountable for their actions, the ones who are prone to be reckless. Okay. That's what it's about. About holding police officers accountable. Okay. That's what needs to be done. And unfortunately, in this country, it's not taken seriously. And then these bills are going to come out. All right. And you'll have them complain and talk. Nobody wants to be a police officer now. Yeah, people could be police officers, but you can't get away with kneeling on someone's neck for almost 9 minutes when they're overdosing. All right? You're not going to get away with the fact that if a black woman opens her door and finds 2 white homeless men in her home, cops are not going to get away with stalling and trying to treat the black woman like she's a criminal. You're not going to get away with that. That's what it's about. Okay? That's what it's about. That's what should be going through people's minds. Okay? That they should be happy to have this happen. That way, cops could join the force and not worry about having people look at them with dirty looks. People will actually want help, and they don't have to worry about calling the police. And it makes it easier for cops, the good cops, to do their job. Okay? That's what it's about. But unfortunately, when people have a problem with this bill, you got to wonder about if they are racist. You got to wonder about it. Because so many times have cops gotten away with so much. All right? There was an Oklahoma police officer, right, who went around and raped black women in poor communities. And he did this because he would go after black women with criminal convictions, with criminal past. So whenever it came up, he thought that they would look the other way. Now he's in jail for life. But this is the type of people you have on your police force. This is the type of racism that you got going on. And let's talk about the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department that has the Jump Out Boys, the Executioners, and the Bandidos, 3 white racist supremacy groups in the police force, getting away with murder, literally, beating up, torturing, even killing minorities, even beating up and harassing fellow sheriff deputies. This needs to be in place. To everybody who has a problem with it, I don't care. I really don't care. And if you, and I'm just gonna be honest, and if there is a problem with it, if it does happen to be a problem with police, blame it on the white supremacists, because they're the reason why it's gotten to this point. Blame it on all the cops who thought it was cool to, this was okay. Blame it on the people who mimicked George Floyd's death online on Facebook. Remember that? When it happened last spring, you had a bunch of people putting the knee on each other's neck, practicing it, thought it was okay. Oh, it's not racist. Yeah, you were being a racist. Blame it on them. That's all I got to say about this. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.